feeding the animals at Granny Fran's. This is going to be showing you guys how to let them out after they're done eating. It usually takes them, well, really Della's the one to wait on because she has the most food. 30 to 45 minutes is kind of a typical time frame for her to finish. I usually have them in longer because I've started another task or a project, and it's just kind of whenever I find time to come down here. But normally if you've given her 30 to 45 minutes, it's enough. And you can kind of look at her, tell her she's not eating anymore or whatnot. She doesn't always finish it 100%. That's okay. If she seems to be done with her morning breakfast time, then you can go ahead and let her out. Or just kind of watch the other horses because they tend to like to go over there and poke around and try to get any remnants that may be still over there. So you come down to the stables. Check that. You know, open this gate. I can do this. Like I said, there's dogs in there, so they may be curious with you being new. You're going to have to watch this. If there's two of you, I'd say one of you post at the gate, the other one can come over here. But normally, I can open that gate and then just start letting them out. Pause. Okay, so the gate's open. I usually start over here on the donkey side. You pop this one and start calling them up. They'll either be right there where you left them at their feed buckets, or sometimes they'll be down there kind of in the grass a little bit, already munching on grass. You'll kind of just have to holler them up, and they'll come around on their own and make their way out, but they're slow. That's why I start over here. Woo! Oh. Normally once you kind of get them moving, they'll start to follow each other out, and then you can make your way into these stables. Might be good to mention too, like I kind of just do it without thinking about it, but when these animals are moving back and forth, to just be kind of looking at them and seeing if they're limping, or see if you notice any kind of damage to their feet or any kind of something out of the ordinary that needs to be addressed. If you do find something like that, you know, feel free to call one of us and we can walk you through something, or we may just instruct you to, like, we'll leave her in her pen, don't let her back out until somebody can get out there to look at it. But that's just kind of something that I do when I'm watching them walk around and move. So you open up all these pens and they all go right back out that main gate that they came in. Try to stay close to me so they can hear. Be careful. The older ones are pretty slow moving. These younger ones are kind of more spry and they want to go when it's time for them to go. They don't like being in these pens. So don't stand in front of this gate where they might blow through it and pop this into you. I usually will tell you to open it and just swing it open and let them go. And then you can go on to the next one. Like that. Sometimes, if they don't do that, like that's kind of perfect. They go back where they're supposed to, but sometimes they do tend to walk back over this direction into Della's pen and see if she left any feed in there so they can snack on it. But once they're through, we kind of just follow them, and I'll go out there and unclip the goat if you opted to clip him in. If you didn't clip him in, you might be able to just hang out right here by the gate and wait for the last animal to go through and then just shut it behind them and clip everything back how you found it originally. Pause. Like I said, I had him clipped up, so I unclipped him after that. It's pretty much done. You just get back here to the gate before an animal beats you to it, but normally I can leave it open. Feel free to shut it and come back to it and open it. That's the end of the morning feeding stuff. Once all the animals have come through, like I said, you can shut this gate up and you're done. The only difference for the evening time frame that will be different from what you just saw is you don't put any feed in the donkey stuff, and the donkeys may still be out. Hopefully the horses are up for you when you get here. There's a good chance that after you set up all the buckets and put all the feed out, there may not be any animals here immediately, and you may have to go out in the pastures like we showed a minute ago on the buggy and just kind of round them up. Just kind of push them in, get behind them and drive behind them, and they'll get the idea. They know where they're supposed to be and they'll come up on their own. And it'll be vice versa to turn off that gate or to shut that gate out there. Once the last animal's through, you'll just shut that gate out there that you have open. If you could pan over there to see that, the gate that we opened earlier that's out there past the barn. Once that last animal comes through, you just shut it back how it was, and then you can come up here, open this gate. You'll already have your bucket set up. Open this gate, let them in, they go to their spots and they do their thing. and then just start shutting all the gates behind them. That's the only difference for the evening feeding versus what you just saw with that first part of the feeding videos. If you have any questions, just like I said earlier, feel free to call one of us and we can walk you through anything, or directions with a buggy, or where's this, where's that. You'll have our contact information already. So we do appreciate the help getting us out of the bind that we're in. And like I said, just call with any questions.